DSS seeks court order to gag Pat Utomi ahead of return over shadow government agenda. Now, this shadow government, I didn't read much about it. I had it in the past or whatever, this issue of shadow government. First, what do you know, have the detail of this shadow government that Pat Utomi was or is planning about? Now, secondly, I don't know what's happening. Pat Utomi was a very close person to Peter Obi. Since after the election, I've not had Pat Utomi has not been on the side of Peter Obi. I don't know. Are you aware of what is going on there? Is he no more supporting Peter Obi? Is he no more on his side? Because he's not been talking about Peter Obi. Since after the election, he just seemed to go his own way and doing this a different thing entirely. And thirdly, what is this gag? What is the DSS gagging Pat Utomi on or about or whatever? Because the news is here, but I don't want to go into the details. The article is here, but yes, actually, I understand why they want to gag him. But can you as a lawyer, can you go into the details?
Yes. Recently, Pat Utomi came out and said that he will establish a shadow government to challenge the government of President Tinubu. And all hell broke loose. A lot of people read different meanings into it. It's classic in an African country, in a third world country, when you hear challenge, you take it to so many things. But we have the concept of a shadow government from Britain, where a parliamentary system of government is in place. And whenever the other party has majority and are ruling, the opposition carries on shadow government, what they call shadow government. They have shadow ministers that respond to whatever the government tries to do.
Yeah.
Most of them sit in parliament. They have shadow minister of economy, shadow secretary of the treasury or whatever you call it. They have positions, they call them shadow. So that whenever the government take particular action in that area, the opposition person
action.
Responsible for that area will bring out his own version, which he will present to the country as an alternative. So it's all good and fine in Britain. It is not a direct challenge to the government. It's not an attempt to overthrow the government. It is a democratic process where the voice of the other people, the opposition, is heard on every policy the government wants to take. So the people of the country have the benefit of opposing viewpoints. Now, when you import that to Nigeria, it is understandable why panic will come straight into the government, because we know nothing here other than attacking government. The DSS are notorious for arresting people whom they claim in a very outrageous and general language that they are organizing to overthrow the government. It is a hangover from military rule, where if the military rise there, whatever action you take that is against them amounts to an attempt to overthrow them. So this is the hangover from the military era. This is the hangover or a part of what DSS. In fact, I have criticized DSS that they use 2/3 of their energy in arresting and going after opposition politicians rather than insurgency, rather than kidnappers, rather than other issues that threaten our national security. And you see that replicated here. The one good thing in this case is that they didn't do what they have been doing. In the past, they would have simply arrested Pat Utomi and kept him in detention and said that he's planning to overthrow the government. The way they have gone to court to stop him, one, from establishing the shadow government, and two, now, because he's coming back from abroad, they want the court to make an order so that he will stop speaking about the shadow government while the case is in court. It's good and fine. I applaud the manner they have approached this issue this time of going to court. Let the court make pronouncement on what the effect or whether what he is planning to do constitute a danger to the society, constitute an attempt to overthrow or supplant the government. I wholeheartedly agree with them. Let them test it in the court. Pat Otomi's lawyers are there. Let's judge it in the court to see whether what he proposed to do is contrary to our laws or it is an attempt to overthrow the government. One, I do not see where it violates our laws. Two, I do not see how it threatens to overthrow the government by force. If you bring people together to agitate and sensitize the public, the generator of the public, with a view to making them vote against that government, that itself is not illegal. It's only when you want to take over the government by force that the Constitution frowns at. So, by and large, what Pat Otomi is doing or has done, to me, does not violate any law. And there is actually no need to or reason for a court to make an order to gag him. Gag him against what? What has he done? What physical manifestation has he done to show that he wants to overthrow the government by force? You have right to overthrow the government by the ballot. And how do you do that? By bringing out your opinion, your issues in the public domain and convincing people that the government is not good, the government is not in the right court, it should be overthrown at the electoral, at the election or the ballot box. That is perfectly within the right of every Nigerian.
Yeah, the last of the three questions I asked, excuse me. Do you have an idea of what is going on between Pat Utomi and Peter Obi politically?
Yes. Before and in the immediate issue of the elections, they seem to be close. Yeah. But what is happening to Pat Utomi now, I think, is personal. I think he has lost faith, totally lost faith. He has become exasperated. He does not know what else to do. He sees, as we have seen, the system that is not going to produce anything for Nigeria. But he really does not know what to do. This shadow government is his answer, his way of lashing out and trying to bring out something. He does not have other options and he does not seem to have any answer. But certainly, he has lost complete and total faith in the system of government that we are running.
Do you think, we don't know his reason right now, but his reason seems to be encapsulated in his head. Do you think the reason is what our own reason for criticizing Peter Obi as well? Do you think he believes that Peter Obi could have done more during that election? That is, after the election was announced?
No. Pat Utomi is not somebody I don't see him as somebody who will go that route. He is a player. He is somebody who does not want any allusion to disorder, any allusion to mass uprising, any allusion to a revolution or anything of that nature. He is a well-educated gentleman who believes in operating within the template. But he has come to see that this template we're operating is taking us nowhere. And he is lost as to the way forward. I don't think the idea of a revolution has crossed his mind. Because I would have expected him to speak more forcefully or give an indication that he believes only a revolutionary approach can help Nigeria. He has so far not done so. So my personal take is that he has completely lost it. What he's doing is lashing out, let me do something before I die. This issue of shadow government or something, let me just do something. I cannot just keep quiet. I cannot just stand still. Let me demonstrate my aversion to what is happening, my aversion to the system of government. let me put a statement out there. That is the way I have looked at his issues recently.
All right. Thank you for that.